Right. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. It's Coffee with Coach Brandy time. And as you guys know, we like to do a lot of client spotlights. Client spotlights are meant to kind of show you the real women of Feed Your Soul. We've got Charlotte here with us. Charlotte's been with Feed Your Soul many years now, and she's got quite an amazing journey to share. Charlotte, how did you first find out about Feed Your Soul?
I believe it was just a Facebook ad or something that I saw back in 2016. So maybe not long after you initially opened.
Yeah, we opened in April of 15, well, May of 15, technically. So you were definitely one of the first members. You've seen a lot of changes within the studio, but you've probably seen a lot of changes within yourself. Like, what was your health and wellness like before you joined, as far as what made you want to get into a fitness community like ours?
So I was probably at my highest weight ever. So that's probably always a motivating factor, right? But in addition to that, it was all of the things that come with that. Pre-diabetic, high cholesterol, all the things that come along with it. And I am set up to work out at home and don't really enjoy that as much as going into Feed Your Soul and having a community. So that's been really key for me, is to get to know people and just to be with people. I'm a bit of an introvert, so it's good to force myself to get out there.
And you do a great job of that. I mean, and when you first started with us, you had a full-time job, I believe, at a nursery. So you were very physical. You had some desk work and stuff like that, but it was hard for you to fit in some of the classes, but somehow you figured out a way to prioritize that. Then you took a break from Feed Your Soul and you recently came back, and now you are happily retired. What's been that big shift with a lot of lifestyle changes that you've made in the last few years?
Yeah, so definitely going into retirement was that lack of structure that I think a lot of people suffer with. And it was like I didn't want to fall into lazy habits.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the motivating factor to rejoin and get into a regular workout routine and get out with people and not just hunker down and read my books or whatever I would normally do, or garden, that type of thing. So it's been great. I mean, it's what I need. It's what I need to get out. And I actually, for the first time in my adult life, I look forward to exercise. That hit me about 3 or 4 months ago. It was like, I'm not just doing this because I have to, I'm doing this because I want to. And that was a huge, huge change for me.
I love that. And I noticed that you take a variety of classes, but I think I know that. Well, tell us about the classes that you like to take.
So my favorite above all is the Wednesday 5:30 p.m. class with Kevin on kickboxing. I absolutely love that. And that is a mood changer. So if I'm ever feeling a little bit down or angry, or you can just work it all out in the kickboxing. And it's an excellent full body workout. I mean, it's aerobic and it's strength training, and I get to hit stuff. So there you go.
Well, I love that you tried it, because I think sometimes people hear the word kickboxing and they think intimidation, they think they can't do it, they got a bad knee or a bad hip. But it's a really big variety of women that are coming into that class, and everybody just does their own thing. And I love watching you guys just take out whatever angers or stresses, anxieties that people have, like, on the bag. I think that's cool. It's become one of your favorites. And I've definitely taken some Zumba classes with you as well. That's so much fun.
Yeah, that's a great class as well. And that's again, who doesn't want to just go and dance for 40 minutes, right? It's perfect. And it's a good midday break. A lot of people that attend the class are doing it on their lunch break, because it's right there at noon. And so they can get there, work out, and get back on the lunch break, and probably changes their day as much as it does mine. So it's good.
One thing I love about your journey is the nutritional changes that you've made. And obviously you've mentioned some of the pre-diabetes, the high cholesterol. So you had some, like, red flags, if you will, doctors saying, hey, something's got to change otherwise. What did that change in your nutrition?
So about 10 years ago, I got a certification from Cornell in plant-based nutrition. So I learned all of the right things to do. And even taught some classes at the local library about it. So that was good. But it wasn't until right before COVID in 2020, I went full 100%, they call it whole food plant-based. So 100% vegan, but it's not just the junk food vegan, which I was probably guilty of before. It's really just focusing on whole non-processed foods. And it's changed everything. You know, I'm no longer considered pre-diabetic, and my cholesterol is in a good range now and can still improve, and it's still improving. I'm excited about that. My ultimate goal is to try to live my life without taking any medication for things that I can manage through diet or lifestyle. And that's really my focus, and my husband's as well. So at our age, we can still check the not taking any medication box when we go places, which is awesome to do that. And people are like, really? Are you, and like, no, nothing. So that feels good.
So many women talk about the prescriptions that they're on for various realms, especially like you said, something you can prevent with food and lifestyle, and exercise. And
Mhm.
I think the side effects are really tough to, hey, I might help with this, but you're going to have this and this and that. And you're not really looking at your diet. And whole foods, plant-based has clearly worked for you. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but you're very inspirational for hearing that, hey, these diagnoses are serious and it can lead to long-term medications, even surgeries, procedures, just quality of life. And when you're retired, you want to have your best life possible. And that kind of brings me to the note that, because I'm an RVer, I love going camping and RVing. What's your retired life been like with RVing?
So during the summer, primarily, we have a little camper trailer that we have taken all kinds of interesting places. The first trip out of state was out to North Carolina to visit my daughter who moved out there a few years ago. And we've learned a lot about that whole process of dragging a trailer cross country. And then now we've been able to just spend time in places that normally we would just pass through. And, so most recent trip before we put the camper away for the season was down to the sand dunes, which we used to take the kids there camping when they were young, and we used to actually camp out on the dunes. So this was a lot more comfortable than that. But we still had just the opportunity to be down there. So we really enjoy that. And then when we go, we have two primary activities that we like to do. We usually center it around a lake. The sand dunes was an exception to that, or slow river, because we have a flat bottom tandem kayak that we like to take and do river floats or paddle around the lake. So that's great exercise. And then we also have some commuter bikes that just kind of fold up nice and tidy, and we can fit in the back of our truck. So sometimes we take both, depending on where we go. Sometimes we know we're only going to do one or the other, but it's been good to get out there. And again, you can explore things like when we go out on the lake on the kayak, you get close to the shore quietly and you can watch so much of the bird life that you would not see from the shore or from a powered boat. So that we enjoy quite a bit. Yeah.
I agree with that. We were lucky enough to go to Wyoming. We love Wyoming, and there's a lot of great lakes up there. And we spent some time at Kurt Gowdy State Park, and we'd pull up. I have a paddleboard, he's got a kayak, and to be able to pull up and watch the bald eagles, and not how, keep our space, make sure they don't feel threatened, but it's true. And that's the type of retirement that I know I'm looking forward to. And I think most people, no matter what your age is, you look towards retirement, whether you're a year out or 25 years out, and that future pacing of yourself and figuring out, like, how do you want to look? How do you want to feel? What do you want your lifestyle to be like, to be able to do the things you love, like kayaking, like biking? That is so inspirational that you and your husband are fit enough to haul a trailer, hook it up, pack it up, set it up, move it from town to town across the nation, and be active while you're out there. Speaks a lot to really what you guys have done proactively towards your health. And I love people who are taking action to improving their health versus it just being something they talk about, but they're not taking action. So it's really beautiful to watch and to hear all the things that you're up to. I'm so proud of you.
No, thank you.
Anything else you want to share about yourself or anybody watching out there?
Not necessarily. I guess the one thing is maybe just to encourage people to really look at incorporating more fruits and vegetables into their diet, and know that, like, following this lifestyle that we're on, I don't weigh or measure anything. It's just I eat when I'm hungry, and I don't miss any of the foods, because really I'm eating everything I want. and to really know that you can take control of your health and be healthy. Now, I still have my aches and pains, and that's not going to change. I'm 63 years old. That's what it is, but I'm feeling great. So I really recommend people look at that. And just, personal goal for me is to try one new class every month here this fall and winter, because I do tend to really go to the kickboxing and the Zumba class, and I love those, but I want to pick up another class, and I did on Sunday, and I'm still hurting, so that's a good thing. So no, it's a great journey. Feed Your Soul is really the community that I need. And even though there's not a lot of time to chat and get to know people, you find your minutes, to make connections. And it's just a really special environment for me to be there. I appreciate it.
We love having you in it. You bring in your own great energy. There's nothing like seeing those familiar faces when you come in and having that connection of like, we're here tonight and we're here for a purpose. We showed up for a reason, and there's something that's unspoken about that connection. And I know you're a big part of that. I love your goal of trying different classes. I'm sure every Sunday it's a different style of class. So that could be a fun thing for you. But thank you so much for coming on with me for Coffee with Coach Brandy and sharing a lot about your journey as a client spotlight. We appreciate you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, enjoy your Wednesday. Bye, Charlotte. Bye, everybody. We'll see you soon.